and welcome to this week's Fibro section. This week is going to be on how fibromyalgia has changed not only my life but your lives as well. Not just for the negative, I'm also concentrating on positive, so don't think it's all this is a negative fibro section, because I'm not about that. And obviously we have to cover negative a little bit because some things are negative, that's life. So let's get out the trusted notepad. Right, you have to forgive me today. I might look a bit of a mess, yeah, but I have bothered to put makeup on so that I didn't scare you, because I've been poorly. You'll see, not in this week's weekly, but next week's weekly, and if you follow me on social media you will know that I've been poorly with a bladder infection, so bear with, because I will try my best to deliver this fibro section to you. I mean, look, what is going on with that exactly? I don't know. Anyway, let's get on with it. How fibro has changed my life and your life and everyone's life. This first quote I found on the internet and I thought this is brilliant to start with. So ready? Hi, my name is Fibromyalgia. I'm here to introduce myself and to let you know how I'm going to change your life. I want to be involved in your work life, social activities, family life, household responsibilities, rest time, every aspect of you. Initially, you won't know it's me. You may think you're just getting older and some things are changing naturally. However, you'll soon find out that I affect every part of your life and things will change drastically. I thought that was a really good opener for this week's fibro section. Right, so this week's fibro section, I'm going to discuss the impact fibro has had on my life and others too, like I've said. I asked the question on Twitter and I had an amazing response. I don't want, like I said, I don't want this just to be a negative video, so I'm concentrating on not only negative but positive too. And interestingly enough, when I wrote my negatives and positives outweighed the negatives, so that was quite nice to find out. Right, shall we just get the negative out of the way, because I'm feeling that, you know, we need to get the bad bit done first. So I noticed from the replies I received how many people were in their 20s and diagnosed. I mean, that's young, isn't it? That's young, because usually what all the research says is that people sort of 30s, 40s plus are the age that you get fibro. But I researched it to be from the responses I've had on Twitter, there were so many in their 20s, and that it just shocked me. And I also felt very sorry for them in one way, because obviously it affects your life drastically, but good for them that from that early age they can have that brilliant awareness of their body at a young age, which I didn't have. Right, the first point that was made was a massive increase in medication, and one lady had gone from taking no tablets a day to 40 or 50 tablets a day. A day. I haven't counted how many tablets I take actually. Maybe I should do that. I don't know how many tablets I take because they're all in the bowl. But yeah, I take a lot more tablets now than I used to. But a lot of them are herbal, I must admit. Not many are prescribed. The next point I noticed was having to give up hobbies of dancing, sports, the arts, gardening, decorating, socialising, horse riding and walking, just to name a few. There was a lot of hobbies that people had to give up, which is very sad. I will go into hobbies a bit more when I do my points. Gaining weight is another, from medication or not being as active as we used to be, so you know it's easier to put the weight on, and then you can't lose the weight either. It's really hard to lose it. Having to give up work, early retirement, or cut down to part-time, therefore creating money issues. Sound familiar? Having to move to a bungalow, like I did, or downsize due to money problems. I mean, the main reason we moved to a bungalow was due to the fact I couldn't really do the stairs very well anymore, but it also helped financially, yes. Losing friends along the way, that's a common one. And what I will just add is that I'm going to link in the description all of the vlogs that I've done, all the fibro sections that I've recorded in the past that I think will help these points. So if you feel, oh yeah, about friends, I've made a fibro section about friends and family, and I'll link it all in the description so you can check them out afterwards. Exercise either becoming impossible or difficult. Concentration bad, making working hard or communicating. Bad sleep or lack of sleep, disrupted sleep. Going through a lot of tests to get diagnosis or secondary diagnosis about other health issues arising. That's a bit like me with this bladder infection, but the doctor at the weekend was brilliant, and he said to me, is it a different pain to the fibro pain? So that was brilliant that someone recognised that, you know, it was different. Being put on medication that doesn't help, or feeling like a guinea pig while trying to find one that works. Being in pain 24/7, trying to live every day with it. Feeling alone with the illness. Taking away youth and life. Not being able to tolerate long car journeys. Becoming depressed with high anxiety. Not being able to help other people, having a huge impact on your self-worth. Not being able to have children, spending a lot of time in hospital or at the doctor's. Okay, so they're just a few of the negatives, and I know it sounds pretty depressing, doesn't it? And it can be. I'm not going to lie, it can be, you know, at times. But I am lucky in the way I have managed to kind of live my life to the full, or living, I should put in the present tense, not past, because I'm not dead. I am living my life to the full, and I've learnt how different ways of how to not control the illness, because you can't control, but live with it, I guess. Live with it, you know, and just living the best life I can. That is the reason I make these videos, to try and help you. I know not everyone's in the same position as me. Some people are still not even in acceptance. They're in denial, or, you know, grief. And that's fine. That's fine. But when you feel ready, perhaps you can start some of these things that I suggest, and that the research suggests. Okay, so now let's look at the positive outcome of fibro, and then I'm going to tell you my opinions. So someone commented that doctors often don't know how to help us, which leaves us to discover the answers for ourselves. That's what happened to me. Which leads to making friends and joining groups, meeting people online. Discussing stories can help people looking for answers and support. Like Twitter is the best one for that for me. So if you've got a new pain or a new symptom, and you put it on there, you say, has anyone had this? And you get people saying yes, or no, you need to check that out. And you just feel like you've got that support. But I know there are some places that I've mentioned before online that aren't the best for support, and they just concentrate on negative, so you don't really want those. Becoming closer to your family and partner, having their support. Becoming more humble and grateful for life. Definitely. Another comment was, it made me slow down, which I thought was a bad thing, but ended up making me less reliant on others for happiness. Gave me more empathy. Finding out who your true friends are. Sorry about the noise in the background, it's a train. Started blogging or vlogging, working online and crafting. Getting a diagnosis helped confirm that what was wrong and that I wasn't making it up. I think that's quite an important one, isn't it? That you're not thinking it's all in your head. Bringing me closer to my mind and my body, definitely. Helping me see human resilience. Taking up meditation, chair yoga, having more baths with Epsom salts, and laughter. Laughter's so important. It is really the best medicine, laughter. Taking more notice of nature, allowing emotions to flow through and prioritise what's important to me. That allowing emotions to flow through is so important, because if you try and hold it in, it just causes more pain. So you've really got to let those emotions just flow through you. Someone got a puppy as well to encourage walking, which is a lovely thing, isn't it? Little things in life that mean a lot more. So they were all the positives that people said. Now I'm going to go on to my opinions. So I'm going to get the negative out of the way first, because that's, you know. So negative ways fibro has changed my life. This is me now, okay? So having to give up work was the first one, and a job I really loved. That was one of the hardest things, I think, about getting ill. Putting on 3 stone in weight and not being able to shift it, still can't. No longer able to perform on stage. If you didn't know, I was a member of amateur dramatics. I've been a prince many a time in a pantomime, slap your leg. I have been in Shakespeare, I have been in farces, I've been in loads of things, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. So that was really sad, because they wanted me back, and they said, oh, we can give you like a small part, or you can do a part, maybe share a part with someone else, so you're not on every performance. It's not me. It's not me. I'm so used to having big roles and full on, that if I was just to do a little part on stage, I'd just rather not do it. I know that might sound like I'm the big I am. I'm not. But it's just what I am as a person. I'm all or nothing. So if I can't do it to how I would have done it, I don't want to do it at all. Can't stay out late, or having to cancel plans due to flare-ups. That's a big one for me. Having a negative impact on mine and my daughter's mental health. Feeling of being alone during flare-ups, which I'm not, but it's just the way I feel. I could be surrounded by my family and I still feel alone. Not being able to attend jazzercise or aqua aerobics anymore. Having to use a wheelchair, walker, scooter for any distance, and feeling useless while on a flare-up, having to rely on my family. I think that's quite a big one as well. Right, they're the negative, gone. Gone. Now let's get the positive. So positive ways fibro has changed my life. I started my YouTube channel and I found a new job that I love to do. Although obviously I'm not paid for it, but I love doing this. So I love recording, I love editing, I love talking to everyone in the comments, I love it. And I've taken up crafting as well. That was advice from my friend Tan, who, when I said to her, I don't know what I'm going to do because I haven't got a job and I can't just sit around, and she said, do some crafting, because she loves to craft. So we've had many craft days together, which is lovely. Not recently because of the virus, but found out I have some really wonderful friends. Some, like Tan and Ange, who stepped up and showed their caring, selfless friendships. become closer to my family, and definitely Mark if it was at all possible, because we were very close already, but we're even closer now. Listening to my body and mind so much more, and appreciating and loving my body for what it is. That's been really hard, and it's still a work in progress. I still, like when you're having a shower and I think, don't concentrate on all the negative things, concentrate on the positive things. Even if something like, oh, I like my wrists, or I like my ankles, just, or I like my toes, anything that's positive, not, oh, look at the state of that. And so that's really important, and it's an ongoing thing with me. Taking time to appreciate the smaller things in life and nature, that's been a massive thing. I appreciate nature so much more now, like just wildlife and plants and just trees. I love it, I love it. Taking up exercise I can do, like Coca Lime Fitness and seated yoga. So there was a bit before about exercise, wasn't there? And a lot of people have said that they either can't tolerate it or it's just impossible. And that's fine, but everyone is different, like I say. I have found that if I don't exercise, my pain is worse. And like so far this week, I haven't been able to because of my infection. But I really hope that Thursday I can do the stretch workout, because it just helps. Even if not exercising, but stretching, just moving really is important. Joining and being part of a local choir. So instead of the amateur dramatics that I was missing so much, I joined a choir because I researched that choirs and singing is very, very good for your body. It's good for your body, it's good for the breathing, it's good for chronic pain. Even if you're singing at home, it's good for you. So sing away, sing away. And obviously I was used to singing on stage. I'm not the best singer, but I can belt out a tune if I want to, and the choir obviously allowed me to meet Angela, and therefore I believe that was fate, that was supposed to happen. Moving to our lovely bungalow is definitely a positive, because it was a hell of a journey, and sometimes I do miss my old house, but I don't miss the stairs. And I don't miss how much I had to clean. I don't actually know how I managed to clean it all. I really don't. I'm just like, I must have been forever cleaning, because we had like 3 bathrooms and now I've got 1. And just cleaning 1 bathroom is enough. So yeah, not quite sure how I managed that, but I love our bungalow here. I love it, and I'm pleased that we moved here, and I wouldn't have moved here if I didn't have fibromyalgia. So being there for my daughter so much more, and listening instead of always being so busy, I think that's quite an important one. So being there for Holly and Poppy, and actually being able to listen to what they're saying to me instead of rushing around in the kitchen trying to sort dinner out and pack lunches, and you know, actually being able to stop and listen is so important. And I never say no now to anything, but I say, how can I do that to make it work for me? So for example, tomorrow I've got a walk booked in with my friends Tan and Ange, and they know how poorly I've been with the bladder infection. So instead of saying no, because I really want to see them, I said, how about you both come here, then I can go on my scooter, and then we can have a cup of tea in the garden afterwards. So that's what we're going to do. So it's not a no, it's just how can I do it to make it work for me? And I think that's really important, to think like that instead of saying nope. So anyway, I think I didn't write anymore, did I? Just checking. Oh, I did. Hang on. I wrote some more. Yes, I've said that. So I'm going to link all the videos that I think might help you in the description. Said that. and remembering that we're all different, said that. We do have fibromyalgia in varying forms, so don't try not to compare yourself to others. Don't compare yourself to me and think, oh, she's really got it together and I haven't, because that's why I'm making the videos, to try and help you and encourage you to try something new, or maybe adapt something, just to find what works for you, and find things like that inspirational, not in a negative way. Okay? And I want to end on a quote that someone made on Twitter. Fibromyalgia, I guess, in a way, is like learning to live again, and a whole new way to life that you're not used to doing. And I think that's a really good quote, because it's true. It is true. It is learning to live again, because you're learning to live in a different body, and you've got different restrictions, but a whole new way of life that you're not used to doing, but you will be used to it. I mean, what have I been? 2016 I was diagnosed, and I'm already used to living this way. So it's just getting used to a new life. Doesn't mean to say I don't pop back into grief every so often, or denial, because that's normal, but it's just the majority of the time I'm in acceptance, and I just try and live my life the best way I can, and that's all of that you can all do. So don't say you've lost your life, don't say I haven't got a life now. Please don't say that, because those words are put out there to the universe. I believe in positive thinking, not negative thinking. And if you do feel like that, I think, one, you need to talk to somebody, whether it be a friend, a relative, or a counsellor. And I just think you need that support to try and change and turn your life around, because you can do it. Trust me, you can. I believe in you, and I know a lot of other people will believe in you too. So I'm always here. If you're feeling really low or you need advice, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All my links are in the description as always. You can just click on it and then join me, and you can talk to me, you can private message me on there, and I try to get back to everybody that does. I do try. You can comment down below and we'll have a chat. Only nice comments, please. I do understand that these videos aren't for everybody. Not everybody's in the right frame of mind for my positive thinking, and I get that, because I've been there, but I just want to try and help. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you've not done already, hit the bell for all the notifications, and I will see you all on Saturday for the weekly. Take care, love you lots.